Good evening, YouTube. Just kidding. It's still morning, same time as the other two videos that I'm recording this. If you haven't watched those other two videos, so you don't understand that it's morning here, what are you doing? Go watch 2 hours or an hour of video that you weren't planning on watching before you watch this. This is a little guide that I'm doing going over my thought process on how I play a comp into a team and like what I'm choosing and why. We're going to be doing Wave 2 Alert 5 here. And so this is our team today. We're going to use Mouchette. Mouchette is a very, very powerful Awakener who's able to deal a ton of damage. This may or may not work. We'll see. Ogier kind of counters Mouchette a little bit with that 75% fortitude. And with Mouchette, you may have to take a death resistance or two during the stage. We'll try to avoid it if we can, but sometimes it is unavoidable. That is unfortunate that I got this now because I don't really want to play that now. So we haven't used a strike, so when we use this to get the Mortal Blast, we're not going to have a strike pre-lined up. But here's to hoping we do get a strike. One thing to note, man, what a great hand here. Any embryos in your hand at the end of the battle, so if you didn't watch my Pollux video, I did say that here, but any embryos left in your hand at the end of the battle give you more Crimson Furnace. So if I end this fight, which I quite possibly might, this embryo will give me more Crimson Furnace so I could heal more for the next fight. I want to use a bunch of strikes before I use Mouchettes, and I only need one Arithmetica for Mouchettes, so I can get this down to 1. And so I will do Lasting Loathing, that's strike, and then I will use Hellets, I think, because I want to charge up Hellet more than I want to charge up Ogier. And now I will start using Mouchette's cards. So I'm going to use Strike, Mortal Blast, Strike. This is going to kill, unfortunately. I would like to have been able to play this last strike to get Mouchette just that a little bit more alienness. While that first fight looked easier, this second fight is a little bit tougher. Luckily, you get a turn to charge things up here at the start. Unfortunately, the Mortal Blast that this generates is fleeting, so it won't actually stay in your hand. I don't really know what I want to do here. If I just want to use a Shining Crush here, then kind of just wait. I hate these sticky waxes. I'm going to take this damage so I can be a little bit more prepared. I want to get him, I want to get him to less than half, but I want to get him low so the enemies that he spawns are easier for me to clean up. I don't want to overflow on this at the turn end, so I'm going to go ahead and use it now. Get rid of one of these sticky waxes. Defense, you always want to use Mouchette strikes last, so just in case you Mortal Blast the next turn, Mouchette strike is what is already lined up here. I would like to Hellet Exalt. I don't think this is going to deal enough damage if I don't have Hellet Exalt. So this is going to be a little costly. Costly in terms of Key Flare. And I got Mouchette Strike, so I need to make sure I have 2 alienness available so I can play Mouchette's cards. I would love to put this Vuln on, but I think using 2 strikes will do more damage than putting Vuln on, I can actually test it out. So we're at 1465 here. Do strike, strike, strike. That he's at 98,000. Let's go back. And we do this. I'm doing the exact same thing, except I'm using Moosh. I'm gonna use the vulnerable. I'm like 99% sure this is gonna do less damage. I said 99% sure it was going to do less damage. I was 100% wrong. It did more damage. But I would like him to be lower than this. So let's try one more sequencing. Mouchette is so weird. Her sequencing, you gotta do it just right. This time, I'm not going to Hellet Exalt. I will Piercing Strike. And we're just going to do something like this. Yeah, that was worse. At what point do I get enough key flare? I have enough key flare now. So what if we kind of have our cake and eat it too? The Vuln did more damage, so we'll do the Vuln. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. See, with Mouchette, sequencing is so important. What I had to do there, I had to use the posse first, get enough key flare to rouse Hellet, then Hellet, and since I learned that the Vuln was more damaged, do the Vuln, and we were able to get it significantly lower. We're in a bad spot here, so we'll see how this goes. We just need to charge up some of our exalts here. So that's what we're going to do. I don't really want to get rid of the sticky wax. It's not hurting me right now. But I would really like to have Mouchette in a place where she can exalt. I might be able to live this. I can definitely live this. Yep, definitely live this. So we're going to be in a place where Hellet can exalt, or Mouchette can exalt. Mouchette can exalt, sure, but I don't have any strikes in my hand. Oh, good, that's nice. I am going to do this. Give me enough to... I want the Mouchette strike, which I think was the last strike I used. Oh, did not die. How great. And then we'll do that. So, good amount of furnace. think the Alienus is nice. Each awakener with command card in hand gets 6 Alienus. With Mouchette, she does better when you go straight towards the boss. So I don't think I want to like mess around too much with getting this fight and getting this Black Sigil. So I'm just not going to. This is okay on Mouchette because she does strike, but I'm low on health, and getting rid of Shattering Strike out of my deck is more important. This card is a friggin' brick, and so I want to get rid of it. I'm pretty okay for this next fight. This is also the last fight before the boss for this comp, because I'm going to go straight to the boss. So we want to make sure we are as healthy as we can be and have as much of our bars charged as we can. I don't want to take a death resistance. With Ogre, I might not have to. Let's see. $12.74. Sticky wax. I'm going to Mouchette Exalt first and then Rouse, so I can maximize the Alienus that will carry over. I might rewind. I don't remember exactly how much. Cool. It gives 40. Whatever this Embryo Fusion is. So if I use another, Chaos Exalt, my Embryo Fusion will be too much. So I just need to make sure I have enough hand size for that, which it looks like I will. I don't think I have any strikes left in my deck, so I'm going to play Mouchette's Strike, Mortal Blast, Strike. I'm going to play this to... oh, I had a Shining Crush in my deck? Dang. I was hoping to grab... oh, I didn't use the right Mortal Blast. I'm going to keep playing it out because it might not matter. But I did misplay there. I had a Shining Crust and I didn't play the right Mortal Blast, so it would draw the Mortal Blast. But it kind of worked out, so I'm just going to end it here, charge up some Alienus and whatnot. I think ideally for the boss fight, I want to... I don't care about the sticky wax, do I? We'll see. I might rewind this turn if I can't finish him off here. Yeah, I don't want to have to exalt anybody, but I think I can't play the sticky wax because I need the Arithmetica to play all these cards. And I need 4 total. Oh, that was nice. There we go. I probably overflowed on my furnace, and I should have furnace. But it is what it is. 1 energy gain. The strike is definitely not bad. I want things that give me strength, though. Embryo fusion is also not bad. Healing is okay. Okay, I'm actually gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'll get those healing ones. 332. I think I'm only going to rouse once. And so this would be... I am going to get this because I want to take an early death res versus the boss. I don't want to take 3 death reses versus him, but just 1. I should be able to heal, weaken him. Math is hard. I think I'm going to take 2 here. I'm going to take none. Okay. Let's redo this. We don't use... I might actually do this. Yeah, we don't use Ramona's defense. We use salt. We're still gonna take the death resistance. Cool, 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 cool. Ow, I forgot about that. Maybe we don't. Oops. Maybe we don't use our furnace. I want to take a death resistance here. So we can use this. We can use this. We just don't furnace. I only want to take 1 death resistance. I took 2. Sometimes things are tricky, especially when they attack 3 times. I do want to Ramona rouse here. Maybe I don't play this, but I really want to play it. I guess we just don't eat the death resistance. It'll be a little slower. I might be able to kill him without the death resistance. We'll give that a try. Mouchette does a ton of damage. So let's see if we can kill without the death resistance. I didn't want to OE Mouchette here, overexalt, because reasons. Because I want to save the OE stun if I need it for phase 2. We'll grab a Shining Crush. And I need to have just 1. So we didn't finish him off. That's not the end of the world. We're healing a bit. I think he's going to do Piercing Strike here. We can take that 1 death resistance. Possibly. If he does enough damage to kill us. Yeah, he'll do enough damage to kill us. We just won't heal in any way. I'm gonna do this. Sticky wax, piercing. Take the death resistance. And now we should be able to finish him off. I'm running April Praise, so I don't have this boost. I'm missing 35% crit rate and crit damage because he's not at full health. That was a bit of a waste, but oh well. I want to take a future death resist. And I want to get Mouchette to over exalt range. So those are my kind of goals here. I want to strike, this. I'm going to do the Mist Realm now. I was hoping to draw this, which I'm glad I did. I have a lot of alienness, and I can be down to 3. So we're going to strike. Defense. When the shield breaks, gain fortress increase from 35 stacks to 75. I don't want to take the DR here, so I won't take the DR. Yeah, Ogier with that 75 damage reduction is pretty nasty for Mouchette. And now we're just going to charge bars. We want to get everybody as high as possible. I don't think I'll one-turn him, but I want to do as much damage as I can. This. I don't need all these embryos, so we'll feed them to these 2 guys here. I'm going to take a DR. I want to take a DR, so I want him to kill me here. Hopefully this doesn't heal too much. I can play this defense, it doesn't matter because this is Piercing Strike. It's if this heals me too much is the problem. Which it didn't. Great. So I take that DR. I still have 1 DR available, but now this is going to be my big burst turn. We want to... The order here doesn't matter. As long as I have hand space to not waste an embryo. Because I want this embryo... Or I did want it for Ramona, but now I don't need the embryo for Ramona. I do want to Ramona soon to put Vuln on him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Mouchette Exalt, make this 0, then I'm going to Ramona, grab it back out of my deck. So he's only taking a couple of hits without Vuln. And then I'll grab it. I don't think I have any other... I have 1 strike. I have 1 other strike in my discard pile. So if I play this... and then non-strike cards. So let's feed that to you. I don't want to draw a card. Oh, I can play this. Now I have hand space. I will draw this, which is perfectly fine. And I drew a Mortal Blast. We want to maximize our damage here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have enough so I could play. I'm going to play one strike, and then I'm going to gamble to see what the posse gives me. Return a card from my discard pile. Yes. Shining Crush. Okay. So now I just want to play Mouchette cards. So I want to strike, Shining, and then charge that. The fact that he gets a bunch of shields, even though he was stunned, is a little BS. But here, we just want to not die. We can eat one death res for certain, and then a chance to eat another one. So that's what we're trying to do. Cool, cool, cool. Will only for certain take one death resistance. And now we can hopefully kill him here. Does he have Vuln on him? He does not have Vuln on him. I don't have the hand space. If I Ramona Exalt, I'm gonna waste a. I'm gonna waste an embryo. Oh, I won't waste one. I got hand space. So I want to grab this to put Vuln on him. That will give me this, so I can get the bonus strength from Ogier. Now I can Mouchette Exalt. I want to check my deck to see how many strikes I have. There's no strikes in here. So I want to play... I have a lot of Arithmetica. So I'm going to play Shining Crush into Mortal Blast into Miss Realm. That will grab Shining Crust, and Mortal Blast. He's dead here, so the order I don't really matter. But then you want to play this Strike, so you have the Arithmetica. Then play this Mortal Blast, play the Free Strike. So the order there does matter if you want to maximize your damage. He was low enough where it didn't matter, but the order of Mouchette's playing is, you really have to think, because you want her cards to be last, but you also need the Arithmetica to be able to play all of her cards. So if you don't have that Arithmetica, you can't play her cards last. You're going to have to play them somewhere in the middle. Meaning you don't play all your other unit strikes beforehand. And if you have a bunch of strikes in your hand, you want to make sure... You want to check your deck to make sure it's empty, so you can just grab more Mouchette cards. Mouchette cards deal the most damage, even if you're kind of wasting them first, because Mouchette has gear that makes her strikes stronger. Hopefully this one was enjoyable. Ogier in particular is not the best boss for Mouchette. You can normally 2-turn a boss, but with that 75% fortitude, it makes it a lot harder. If it was any other boss besides Ogier here, you wouldn't have had to have wasted those turns that I wasted. But because it was Ogier, and with this comp, I had to take it a little bit slower. If I had Saya, Saya plus Mouchette would have melted through Ogier. If I had Thighs, or even Hamelin instead of maybe Ogier, that might have been better in terms of raw damage output. But I like this comp because it's 2 welfares, Ogier and Ramona, and a standard unit. And so most people will be able to have this comp. Lily gives you more protection. Zoo would have been great as well. But anyways, that was this Mouchette comp. Thank you guys for watching. There's a couple more that I'm going to upload here. And so I will see you in those next ones. Peace.